we have with us Sri Lankan cricket captain Kumar Sangakkara, and we hope to talk to him with regard to cricket tournaments, cricketers and the administration. Welcome Kumar Sangakkara.
Thank you.
Does it come to you as a surprise that Muralidharan is considering retiring from other forms of cricket?
Not a surprise. Murali's been talking about it for a while. He's always been very open with his communication. He's been very open with his feelings. He's always one person who's had the best interests of Sri Lankan cricket at heart. When he's been discussing retirement, discussed with him what his plans were for the future. Actually, 3 days ago, he met with me and the selectors, and we sat down and we told him how important he was for our World Cup campaign, how we're looking at him in our preparation in the next 6 months, that he doesn't have to play every game, but select the tours and the tours that we want him to play, but just make sure that he's fit and ready to play a World Cup. And he was very keen on that and willing to do the job for us. So I think he'll just retire from Test cricket and play one-day cricket for a while.
Okay, we have a call online.
I'm Rukshan. I'm calling from Colombo. I would like to ask Kumar Sangakkara why not select Shamin Nawaz for at least a T20 series or for the limited overs, because he's been consistent in playing for county cricket, and I think he deserves a fair bit of chance. And he, along with Muralidharan, has done great services for Sri Lanka cricket.
I agree with you on that point. I actually SMS'd Vasi a few days ago saying how impressed we were with his county performances and that we have not forgotten about him in our World Cup plans. So Vasi, let him play his county season. Let's see how he goes. But I think Vasi realistically has quite a good chance of fitting into our World Cup side. He's performed exceptionally for us over the years. He's very experienced, but the competition is stiff among the fast bowlers, especially with the new power players in place. But Vasi is one person we expect to make a really strong run to the final 11. But of course, we know what Vasi can do. We just give the other guys a run and then make a decision closer to that time, because Vasi is experienced enough to come straight into the team.
We have another caller. If you can start with your name, location and question, please.
It's the recent Asia Cup finals. Yes, now recently if you think Aravind, he always finish a game in a 10th final, okay? It's come to the middle order, only Maher, I think, finished the game, but you had to take a responsibility, play a good knock under pressure. We don't see a knock from you in the finals. You will take responsibility.
Well, I understand your point, Rikaz. The fact of the matter is, when anyone bats, number one, I make it a point not to think as a captain when I'm batting, because that's just undue pressure. And the position I bat in is at number 3, and sometimes the role at number 3 can be different to being able to just finish games. I think for finishing games, we have specific people that we have identified all along, and the finishing games are part of certain players' jobs. Of course, every player wants to finish and bat through an innings and be able to finally win the match for their side. But that is why we play a 7-batsman combination, where each batsman's roles are defined and understood, so they know exactly what situation and how to do their job. And sometimes they succeed, sometimes they don't. Sometimes various people will finish games, but unfortunately in the finals, we didn't have any one of the 7 really finishing the game for us.
What do you make of former Australian Prime Minister Howard's changed view of Muralidharan?
Well, it's a politically loaded question, I think, but I knew of when he questioned Murali's legitimacy as a bowler. I think we were all disappointed. I think that was highly uncalled for from a politician, and it was also contrary to the accepted scientific view and the proven scientific fact that there is no way with the naked eye or two-dimensional camera angle can you say how a bowler's arm comes over, and it's been proven so many times. And Murali is the only bowler in the world, and no other bowler from Australia, India, or any other country has been tested at all, or the amount of times Murali has been tested, and Murali has come through every single time and has been proven to be absolutely legal. So I don't think there's any need for anyone to question Murali. And I think maybe those continuously advertised scientific fact that Murali is the best bowler in the world and is absolutely clean, maybe that's what made him change his mind.
Okay, we have a call online.
Tina Kandambe has been given so many chances, and as Murali is also leading,
and there are so many consistent performances like Jeevan Mendes. They are not being given a fair chance to perform. And as we are going to the World Cup next year, isn't it good that we are with you that we can remain all-rounded as much as possible?
I think those are questions that we've been also asking ourselves for quite a while, not regarding Thilina Kandambi's suitability, because Thilina actually in the past 2 years has been quite consistent. Unfortunately, he bats number 6 or 7, which means that they are usually the first people to get dropped because they bat in very trying situations. It was the same when Russell Arnold was playing for us. He was also, under the radar performing, but unfortunately sometimes the stats really don't back the amount of work you do for the side. Jeevan Mendes, he was a huge talent when he played for St. Thomas's. I think I remember him scoring 100 in the big match. Unfortunately for Jeevan, he took a very long time to mature through our first-class structure. I think in the last year, Jeevan has come into his own. He's been scoring a lot of runs with the A side in provincial cricket. We were discussing how we can get him into the national side, actually even for the Asia Cup. But the decision was made with Aravinda and the selectors that seeing him in Zimbabwe first, then giving him an opportunity on the A tour to Australia, where against quality opposition, to see how he performs on those wickets. And he's actually done quite well in the first one day. He scored 85 runs and helped Sri Lanka win it. And then we're looking forward to very much having him with us when he does get back from Australia. So we have all these plans in place. We just need to make sure that they're given enough opportunities to see what they can really do and offer us everything that they have to offer us. So Jeevan's future is looking very bright, and hopefully he can break into our side and be a part of a World Cup squad.
We have another caller online.
I'm Prasad. Now we are getting ready to play the matches.
We'll be starting matches on the 18th. It's a test series against India.
Did Sri Lanka Cricket oppose Australian Prime Minister's candidacy as the CEO of the ICC?
I think Sri Lanka Cricket did oppose it, and so did many other Asian countries, just for the reason that I believe Mr. Howard had not had any cricket playing experience nor cricket administration experience in the past. And that his experience was purely political, and that was not a good precedent to be set for the position of CEO of the ICC. So I think those were the motivating factors behind the opposition, and a lot of the Asian countries also opposed it and changed the view of the ICC.
We have another caller online.
My name is Raza Ghani and I'm calling from England. I was wondering if it's how long it will be until Sri Lanka get almost a 3-match or a 5-match test series in Australia that includes South Africa and places like England as well.
In Sri Lanka for this year, we've actually scheduled only 2 test matches, which were against the West Indies at the end of the year. Luckily, I think there was a call for more test cricket from players like Sachin Tendulkar, for India. So they managed to slot in a 3 test match series. So we play 5 for the year. Unfortunately, England and Australia tour us only once in 5 years and invite us for tours only once in 5 years. So England has, after 1998, when Arjuna and the side beat them at the Oval, gave us 3 test series. But Australia, unfortunately, have not done so. So that is something that needs to be addressed and addressed quickly, and that's a responsibility of our board and also the ICC to make sure that we put enough pressure on the future tour program and the planning committees of the ICC to make sure that everything's fair, and every side is given an equal opportunity to play test matches and also to win test matches and series.
What are your views of the new selection committee and its chairman, Aravinda De Silva?
I think the new selection committee has been, selected after a lot of thought. They are cricketers of very high caliber. They're also people of integrity, which I think is very